Men don't really approach women in the wild anymore. This guy, very kindly, I could see him staring at me and I'm like, oh, here we go. He just goes, I really like your dress. And that was it. And then he left me alone. And if he had kept going with the conversation, would I have talked to him? Yeah.
And then he left me alone.
Okay, but what did you say when he gave you a compliment? I mean, did you give him any indication you wanted him to talk anymore? I mean, if you were interested, did you initiate flirting? Or a little banter? Crack a little joke? Oh, thank you, it's actually my mom's dress. Yeah, it's obviously not. But you know, a little bit of joke, banter, an icebreaker. Did you?
Nope.
No, she didn't. No, she didn't. Because look, the man saw her, analyzed her, saw some potential, and shot his shot. She didn't do any responding, but she expected him to keep pursuing. It's like, now, woman, gave you a compliment, you didn't seem interested, I'm going to keep it pushing. And he kept it pushing. There's nothing wrong with that. However, she feels as if he didn't do enough. He didn't do enough. Okay, I hope you're focused and on your square.
Because that was normal.
Okay, so on one hand, I do understand where this woman is coming from, because when somebody comes up to you and gives you a compliment and then doesn't say anything else, it's pretty hard to build a conversation off of that.
Exactly.
But at the same time, I do think that if you're a woman who wants more men to approach you, you have to get better at sending signs that you're actually interested.
Damn right.
And yeah, good point. And that seems to be a problem a lot of modern women are having. It's like in modern times, 2025, the little eye movement, the little flicker of an eye, give him a little look, a little hair play thing. Those things do not work so much anymore. They don't work so much anymore because things have changed. Even if a man thinks, she's indicating, she's giving come hither sort of eyes, he may still question if he's getting it wrong. Am I getting it wrong?
Bruh.
I mean, that chick looks cute, but am I delusional to think she's interested? Yeah. So we're seeing this common understanding of more bigger, broader signals than just a little flicker. Oh, she could have something in her eye. I mean, is she smiling at me or is she having a face spasm? Oh, you don't know.
This woman was saying in the comments that when the guy came up to her and complimented her, she just said thank you and that was all.
Wow.
I know that if she was into women, I'm bi, and I came up to her and complimented her dress and she didn't say anything else besides thank you, I would take that as a sign that I'm giving her a compliment. She's receptive to the compliment, but she's not actually interested in talking to me further, and I'd be on my merry way. Exactly. There's also a lot of women who have been telling men that they don't want them to approach them anymore in public, that they just want to be able to take a walk down the sidewalk or to go to the park or go to the bar without having to worry about men approaching them all the time.
Yes, and that's causing a lot of friction in modern dating. Because yeah, we understand you have a huge amount of women out here saying, we don't want no men to approach us at all. That's cool. But on the other side of it, you have a lot of women who do. And there's no, what's the word? I don't know if organization is the right word to use here. There's no separation. In other words, there aren't clear lines for men to understand which women are this and which ones are that. As a man, you just can't tell from observation. And even with observation, you're going to question yourself again. Am I seeing what I'm seeing, or is it in my head?
And then he left me alone.
So yes, of course, you have a lot of single modern women struggling, questioning and asking, where are all the men? Oh, why don't men approach me? Why don't men talk to me in public, in the wild? Yeah, cold approach me in the wild and tell me I'm hot. Yes, sort of a tepid vibe, isn't it? But the point is, because there's a lot of confusion now, for the men who are actively, trying to find and pursue women, they may need more bigger, broader indications. Like a t-shirt, I'm a single woman, approach me. I don't know, some light on her head. I don't know, some big display of, yeah, it's okay, you can come and talk to me. Now, all of that is extreme. And because majority of women expect men to do all the work, it's exhausting, isn't it? It just feels exhausting. It's like, here's a point you never hear women make. Do men ever get burnt out from all this pursuing? All these first moves? All this peacock effect? All this get and keep her attention? Don't women ever think that men get burnt out for doing all of that? Because a lot of it is one-sided, isn't it? And as a man, you're sort of like hoping for her to reciprocate. Yeah, really, no.
Suck it. And the problem is that you have some women feeling like that and some women just wanting men to just leave them alone on average. And then you have other women like this woman who want more men to approach her. But a random man who might be interested in you isn't going to know whether you would be receptive or not if you don't say anything else besides thank you. You might have just been being polite. The other thing, and I do have to be honest, because as a bi woman, I have empathized a little bit more with straight men once I started trying to date women because, let me tell you, for as much as women complain about men not being confident and charismatic and approaching them, a lot of us are not very good at being charismatic either.
Oh, really? Oh, really? Oh, really? You see, as a man who knows this, just by saying it, I'd be seen as a monster, misogynist. I'm like, no, it has nothing to do with that. But let we have this lovely woman here who dates women say the exact same thing. Yeah, this notion that women have that all of them are these eclectic, highly entertaining, humorous, okay?
Bullshit.
Highly intellectual, amazing, stunning, vibrant creatures. It's like, who are you talking about? No, they're not. No, they're not. As if there aren't a lot of cardboard women out here.
You're just jealous.
Even if she looks good, it's just cardboard personality. And that's why I'm wondering, where did they get this notion from? When as a man, you sort of have to have something about you, some sort of charm, a bit of wit, sense of humor, good banter, be able to have good conversation. Come on, really? And that's why I always find it odd when I hear women say this. I'm like, okay, for a lot of men, I guess a lot of men are boring. All men, no. And because a lot of men have had to do so much, it means a lot of men have actually developed and had to develop those skills. So when a lot of men are talking to women, yeah, all of them aren't these amazing, exciting women. No, not all of them. In fact, I think it's a smaller number than a lot of them even want to admit.
When I started dating women, it was a shock how much I felt like they expected me to do in the early dating phases.
Really?
I felt like I had to do pretty much everything. I had to make the first move. I had to walk up and say that she was pretty. I had to keep the conversation going. I had to text her first and plan the date. I had to check up and make sure that we were still on for the date. I had to go in for the kiss. I'm sure you can see how after a while it kind of gets exhausting, having to be the one to constantly put in all the effort while the other person is just receptive to it.
Exactly. And that's what a lot of men collectively feel exhausted about. How they feel they're constantly putting effort in to get little or no results. You just keep putting effort in, sometimes for nothing. But let me flip it on its head for this lovely woman here. Lovely woman. Let me flip it on its head for her. Ahem. No offense to her. Lovely woman. But if this woman was far hotter, would those women make her work so much? Would they? Would they expect so much from her if she was far hotter? Or would they bend to her? Yeah, I'm just saying, I'm just making a point. Because come on, it would be shocking and surprising to find out that even lesbian women get treated the same as men based on their looks. Oh, she's an average woman. She has to put work in. But if she's a fine chick, no work needed. Just turn up with some WAP. The other woman will provide everything. Everything. Including the personality.
And I think a lot of women have the same fear that men do when it comes to actually sending out indicators of interest to show that you're interested. They're scared that they're going to be misreading the compliment or misreading the signal and that guy isn't going to be interested.
Exactly.
But if you're expecting somebody else to bear the entire brunt of rejection, I do think that it should be considered that you might have to put in a little initiation too and also risk some rejection as well.
Exactly.
And I know I'm going to be called a pick-me by some women on here for taking men's side or whatever, but I don't feel like I'm taking men's side. I'm just saying my perspective from a woman who also dates women.
You're not taking men's side. You're just being logical from your perspective. Yeah, and as men who date women know, yeah, pretty much everything you're saying is accurate. You'd think it'd be drastically different, considering that she's a woman and we're men. But nah, it's quite similar, isn't it?
And sometimes sees what men will complain about. I just think the reality is that things are changing, society is changing, and there's a lot of really good men who are just scared of being called a creep, scared of misreading a signal, scared of rejection, which is normal. So I think you have to adapt to the current culture that we're in. And if you like somebody, you have to give a little bit. I'm not saying you have to, take 10 steps forward before they even take one, but if they take one step forward, you have to take one step forward. That's all.
I think most men understand the amount of effort that they have to put in. But one key thing to remember, it's not a turn on, and it can be a turn off. When one person is putting in so much effort, jumping through hoops, jumping over hurdles, and that person is giving you little to nothing back in return. Ah, that's BS. The world is yours. Have a nice day.
And he left me alone.